more and more people are getting tired of working every day. That 9 to 5 grind and everything is just getting more and more tiring. People every day in life are just getting tired of the work life, busting their ass so hard just so that in the end of the day, they come home with just a few dollars here and there and they still don't have enough for buying many things, or sometimes all the money that they make in a job just goes towards a mortgage or their car bills. You get me, guys? And this is pretty sad. I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I'm noticing that people are just getting more and more tired of the work life, and people feel miserable every day, like they just have to keep working every day, for like the next 30 years or whatever you call it, 40 years. And sometimes a lot of them are not getting paid high enough because the job markets are not paying good. And this is a big problem that's going on in America right now, that pretty much right now, like all over the US, like there's a discrepancy towards pay for people, and not everywhere is paying according to the annual salary, and the job markets are paying the same. Like every state is different in the United States. Like New York, they say New York pays the minimum wage, is like $15-20 an hour or something, and because the cost of living is high over there. But in other states it's not really like that, and really it's getting to the point that it's just becoming very unfair. Like everywhere in the US the cost of living is so high, things are expensive, insurances, mortgages, and everything, but people just cannot afford it. Like a job isn't enough. One job is not enough. People have to get like multiple jobs just to pay all these things in their lives. And it's just getting very sad because, you know, it's a repetitive cycle. Like people are just tired of working every day, busting their asses, just to make a few dollars by the hour here and there. And like things shouldn't be really like 15 an hour anymore, in my opinion. Like things should already be 20. It should actually be 25 or 30 an hour, in my opinion, because it should reflect how the cost of living is. Sometimes you're somewhere in a state and all you see is the prices of gases, and well, the gas has gone down a lot now in the US, thanks to Donald Trump. But the cost of living and the healthcare is the major reason, a big issue here in America, that people are having to work so hard and use their savings and things like that to pay so many things. So like people are just getting tired of working. They feel like, what's the point? Like, and people just have to work so much just to wait until you're old to then retire and then earn a few $1,000s here when you're old, or something when you're in your 70s or 80. So it's pretty sad, and I can understand how the world feels. People are tired. Like some people might have the mindset that they say, "Oh, you just gotta work your ass off." Life is all about working. But you sometimes have to stop and think. Like, yeah, we have to work, but it shouldn't be that we have to work so many jobs just to pay things off. You get me? Like it's just unfair. Like, or you have to pay so much taxes. Like people should have more tax deductions, tax breaks, and you know but in America the standard deduction is something that people get reduced from whatever their earnings are. So that's something that the government says that this is what you don't have to pay. But and it keeps going up every year. I think like right now I think it's still like 15,700. But it's just that people are getting tired of working over and over. And I'm noticing this. I analyze a lot of things in society, in the world, and I see that things are just unfair everywhere. Like when I see a job trying to pay 13 an hour, 12 an hour, even 16 an hour, it's just not enough. Like I picture that amount, you know, times 40 hours, all you gotta do is just get a calculator. 16 times 40, and then you'll see how much you make in a week. You get me? And you'll see that that's just not enough. Then you gotta calculate your expenses in a month, your rent, your car insurance, your health insurances, and things like that. And then so you know how much bills you have in a month, and then do that. See how much your job's paying you, and you see that all this what you make in a job goes towards all that. And then what do you have left? Probably nothing. So this is the problem that America has right now, the discrepancy that it's just very unfair, either for the middle class, the low income people, and there's always this war about economies and all the wealthy, all this. There's always a battle between the poor and the wealthy, you get me? But I'm just noticing people are just getting more and more tired of life every day because it feels like, what's the point? It's useless. There's no point to even work anymore. Like, sometimes just working is not even making you happy. Like, people are being forced to work in a job that they don't really like or they're happy in. You get me? And it's pretty sad in my opinion, guys. But I think that something needs to change. You get me? Like, Donald Trump is doing a lot of good things in America, in my opinion. There's a lot of things being changed in this country, but the thing about jobs and pays and people having to work so hard, like, I see that people in life have to combine their incomes. Like, you have to live with multiple people and combine multiple incomes in a household just to now be able to pay that rent or mortgage. And it's pretty saddening because it's no longer like they say that you just need to work one job and one job is gonna do it all, like one income, like you make enough in one job. But it's not like that. Like, the reality out here in society right now is that people have to work 2 3 jobs, and then where comes your time off? You get me? Like, no one has no time off like that. You're just a slave to the 9 to 5 and just working hard all the time. And it's very saddening and depressing that this world is like this right now. You get me, guys? But I just think that there has to be a change in things, and it shouldn't be like this. Like, things used to not be like that. Like, things used to not be so expensive. At least the gas is low. You get me? But there's something needs to be made. The housing market, you get me? All these HOA fees or the pricing for insurance, homeowners insurance, all these things, renters insurance, and it's just off the roof. Car insurance, depending what area you're in. Sometimes I've done research and they say it doesn't even matter how good your driving record is. If you're in a zip code or you're living in an area that is so expensive, then your insurance is just gonna be up because of that area, and they don't even care that you're a safe driver all the time. So that something needs to change with that because it's just pretty unfair for people and society. You get me? But people are just more and more getting tired of that work life because they're just feeling like it's useless. Like, it's a dead end job, or, like, you get me? Like, you feel like there's no promotion, no growth, no raises, like nothing, no advancement in life. You get me? It's just a dead end job, or you start losing hope because you feel like every job is always going to end. You get me? Like, sometimes not every job is stable in America, and that's the insecurity that people have right now, that you're working in a job and you don't know how long it's going to last. You get me? They lay off people. You get me? And just a lot of times people are just working, just feeling unhappy with what they're doing. Like, you're having to work a driving job, always driving in traffic, or in a kitchen, cleaning. You're a dishwasher or a busser, bussing tables, or bartender, serving people drinks, all types of stuff. And some people don't do it for high money, or, you get me? So people are just working so hard and they feel like they're not getting anything in return. You get me, guys? So that was my point in this video that I'm trying to send to everybody. And that just more and more people in society right now are just getting tired of life, and like it's becoming to the point that some people just feel like actually just living through the government resources because they just feel like it's just pointless. Like you're unhappy every day, waking up every day to a job that you're not happy in, but the system wants to tell you that you need to do it just so that you gotta work your lifetime so that you can retire good as an old man. And I feel like no one knows what's their future. No one knows what's gonna happen when they're old. And for the system to be like that, it's like you're working so hard till you're 70, 80 years old, and then you're gonna have thousands of dollars when you're 70, 80. You get me? Or in your 60s. And it's just very like sad that people have, like, the system wants you to kind of like enjoy life until you're an old man. You get me, guys? But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share in this message what's happening in America, and I'm sure you guys could relate with all this. That I'm sure you guys are getting very tired of working so hard, and you feel like you just feel like the same way. You might be one of those thousands of people in America who are just working a dead end job, low pay, no promotions, no advancement, no matter how hard you work or how skilled you are. You get me? But I hear you, but something needs to change, and we gotta like try to go to the government and vote for change or something, but just something needs to change in America. So hopefully you guys understood this message I'm trying to send. I'm just trying to inform everybody out there, and that pretty much how I feel that America needs to change in these things. You get me? Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I do different videos on topics on society and just life and different things. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Take care.